Hey, what's up, everybody? Chris Martinez here. I am the host of Operation Agency Freedom, the best podcast that you will ever listen to in your entire life. And in today's episode, I'm going to talk about something very, very important. It's been frustrating me for quite some time, seeing other people who don't know this tip. So what I'm going to talk about today is the number one question that you must be able to answer if you want to be able to manage your team members effectively. If you have team members, if you feel like they're not performing at the level that you expect them to perform at, and if you want to build a world-class team, then you absolutely need to listen to this episode. There are far too many agency owners out there that do not have the answer to this question that I'm going to present to you guys, and it's really, really holding them back. And especially in today's world where everybody is fighting for the same amazing people, and far too many times the agency that's a little bit smaller, that doesn't have the infrastructure and they don't have the salary capacity, they're losing out. And so if you're a smaller agency, you absolutely need to pay close attention. And of course, I'm going to make some references in this podcast, I'm sure. So just go to the website and you can grab any of the show notes or links or anything that I mentioned. And do me a favor, if you have not already subscribed to my podcast, please go and do that. It would make me very, very happy. And I'm sure, you'll get a lot of benefit out of it too, because you're going to get updated whenever I release a new episode. So with that being said, let's head over and get to the full episode. All right, guys, I got to go on a little rant here because I've talked about this in the past and I don't see as many people taking this seriously as they should be, especially smaller agency owners. So I want you to listen up. This is the time. This is the year where you have to become a better leader. In the past, you could get away with being a crappy leader because you had these unique development skills, design skills, marketing skills, whatever, right? And you rode that wave for maybe 5 to 10 years. But then the space got really, really crowded. People caught up to you. There's other software and tools that came into the marketplace that somewhat leveled the playing field. And then on top of that, the salaries have started to go up like crazy. And so maintaining an agency is a lot harder than it was 2 years ago. And one of the things that's going to make or break your agency this year, and trust me, I'm already seeing agencies go under. So I know this is happening. The thing that's going to make or break your agency is going to be your ability to lead. If you don't know how to lead people and manage people and keep everybody moving in the right direction, then they're going to leave and your agency is going to fold. I hate to break it to you, but this is the reality that we're already seeing. And guess what? Like, prices for everything is going to continue to go up. Inflation is going to continue to go up. The world is going to get squeezed even harder when it comes to trying to maintain your expenses. It's just the way that it is. Now, if you want to go out and try and fix that problem, be my guest. But I'm in the business of helping agencies and helping to build my own company. And so while I don't like the reality, just like you probably don't like it, we still have to figure out a way to be successful. So when it comes to leadership specifically, the thing that's been driving me crazy, and I think that this is more common in our industry just based on the nature of the people that start agencies, is that we're managing people based on feelings and not facts. Now, feelings are important. Don't get me wrong. Human beings are emotional creatures. I get it. But feelings can also lie to you. They can also make you feel like crap when things are actually going well. And vice versa, they can make you feel great when the reality is that things are in the shithole. So you need to base your decisions as an owner on facts and not just feelings. So let me dial this in even more specifically. How many of you men and women out there have a fact-based way to measure a team member's success? I was listening to a podcast a couple weeks ago. I like to listen to, a number of the Stanford entrepreneur podcasts. Harvard has some entrepreneur podcasts. I love listening to those because they have a lot of really, really smart, scholarly people who've done a lot of research, like real research, and they have data to back up their claims. And this is the question question that I was talking about in the intro that you need to be able to answer. How do you measure whether or not a team or a team member is successful in their role? And I've started asking that to the agencies that we work with and that I help to mentor. And far too often I see agency owners saying, well, if it feels right, if it's on brand, if it's all feelings, no facts. And you might be saying, well, how do I, get facts when it's very subjective or it's design related, right? There are patterns in the way that you do things. And specifically in the turnaround times, the amount of time that it should take a person to do something, that should be standardized in some way. So if you don't have the answer to that question, how do you gauge whether or not a team or a team member is successful in their job? Then this is a massive, massive problem that you have. And you must be able to fix that issue. So the first thing that I would do is I would look at the completion times. And I would say a junior level person can do it in this time. A mid-level person can do it in this time. A senior can do it in this time. That is the absolute bare minimum that you can get the data for. Now, if you're not time tracking, you might have to estimate it a little bit. But ideally, you're time tracking and you can say, this is a junior level and this is the range that they did this in. This is a senior level. This is the range that they did this in. But that's the bare minimum is you got to have those hours standards. And then of course you have to track against that too, to make sure that the data that you have for that person is accurate. The second thing that I would look at is the number of deliverables, right? How many deliverables can they produce in a month? Standardize that. Junior level does this, senior level does this. Very, very simple. Just start there. It doesn't have to be super complicated. You can build on top of that over time, but at the bare minimum. Oh, and the other things is software, what software do they know how to use? Does a senior need to know how to use everything? Does a junior level need to know how to use, these 5 things and then start learning on InDesign or whatever? Standardize that. That's also not that difficult. So just start with there. Just start with that. It doesn't have to be hard. And that way, when you do your reviews with your team members, you actually have facts. So let me kind of switch sides to this, because if you're an employee, if you're a team member and you're trying to get a raise, right? They're going to ask you, what do I need to do to get to that next level in my career? The best people on your team will actively be asking you, how do I advance? What do I got to do? What can I do better? It's a very, very good question. You want your people to say, hey, what can I do better? And how can I advance to that next level? So they're already thinking it. They're going to ask it eventually. And you need to be able to give them a very clear path for advancement. It's one of the biggest frustrations that team members have right now is that they feel like, or they don't see the path to growth. Again, the best team members that you have are going to actively be asking you for feedback. And how do I advance? What do I need to do? It's your responsibility as a leader to show them that path. You have to say, hey, in 3 months, we'll do our quarterly review and we're going to look at these metrics. And if you've consistently hit those metrics, then you are definitely up for an advancement, or you're on the path that we want to see. And then the team member will be like, perfect. I know exactly what I need to do. And I'm going to focus on those things for the next 3 months. And then we'll evaluate where I'm at. And if I don't make it, it's on me. But at least I know what I have to do to accomplish the goal. I think all of us have at one point in time been in a job where the owner or the manager doesn't have that clarity. And worse, it feels like they're always moving the goalpost when they say, hey, you got to get here. Oh, wait, actually, you got to get here. Oh, wait. It is so demotivating as a team member. And as the owner, if you're doing this, you're only shooting yourself in the foot. Because trust me, these people are going to get taken away. They're going to move to a different company. You have to understand they're already getting recruited. Every single team member that you have right now is getting recruited. It's just the way that it is. And if you don't have these standards in place and these roadmaps for growth in place, you're just making it that much easier for your team member to move on to another company, because that other company is going to say, hey, we're going to bring you in. You're going to start off here. You're going to learn these things. And in 6 months, you'll be in a position where you can grow to the next level. They're already giving them a higher salary than what you're paying now. So they're saying, okay, we're going to start you $5,000 more than what you're making. But in a year, you could be making $30,000 more, $40,000 more, twice as much more. So as an agency owner, again, you have to stop gauging your team members' success on feelings. It all has to be based on facts. It is your responsibility as the owner to gather those facts and create that growth plan for your team members. You have to do it. I don't care, like, if you have to go out and hire another company to help you put this together, if you have to hire an HR person or whatever, like whatever it is you got to do, you have to figure this out in the next 6 months. Ideally by summertime, by the end of the summer, 100%. You have to do this. There's no other option. If you don't do this, your team members are going to leave and you're going to get stuck in your agency. You won't be able to attract more people. You won't be able to promote the people that you love and they're going to leave. You're not going to be able to complete your deliverables on time. These are just standards that you absolutely have to have. Like every other business, successful company in the world has this. It's time for our industry to catch up. So coincidentally, of course, this is something that Dude now helps our agencies with. So when they come to us, if they don't have these standards, we have tons of templates. We show them how to do it. We help you craft these things. So now you can start gauging all the team members from a fact-based standpoint. But, you don't have to use us. You can find it anywhere else. Trust me, guys and gals. This is something that you must do. It's so unbelievably important in 2022. I've been saying this since before we even got into 2022, that this is the make or break year of the smaller agency. You have to establish the discipline and the structure that all, successful companies have. And if you don't create that this year, it's a good chance you're not going to make it through the year. So if you have any questions about this, please reach out to me. Let me know. Right now, we don't have a lot of free training on this. Is mainly just for our paid clients. But either way, if you have any questions, just reach out and I'll be happy to assist you. All right. Short one for today. I hope you enjoy it. Take notes. Listen to it again. Bye.
Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, it would mean so much to me if you could share it with your friends, family, and basically anyone who will find the same value in this episode that you did. And to get the latest from me, then let's definitely connect on social media. You can go to Facebook, facebook.com/Dude Agency, or Instagram @dudeagency.io, or you can check us out on YouTube on our YouTube channel. And then, of course, you can always visit our website at dudeagency.io, where you can see all of our other episodes of Operation Agency Freedom. You can also register for any live trainings that we have going on how to run a highly profitable agency. And of course, you can see how we help digital agencies with the people, the processes, and the education so that they can take on more projects and scale profitably. Thanks again, and I will see you next time.